The Ever-Ready commercial was really a kind of a joke as far as I was concerned. It came after the Wild West. It came actually 8 years after the Wild West. And the thing that was most amazing is that they played it during the football game, and I tried to watch the game, and I was getting a little tired, and I heard during the halftime, I dare you to call us regular. And I rolled my eyes and I went, my gosh, is that me? And that's what the company bought. I liked the company. I worked for that company for 3 years, and I went to their offices and met their people, and I liked the working force for the Ever-Ready company. They were nice, hard-working people, and I was just part of it. I dare you to call it regular. Gosh, they'd come up to me and go, I'll call it regular. And I'd go, call it anything you like. It's just a good battery, that's all. And there was only one occasion where someone said directly to me that they were going to knock the battery off. And I said to the gentleman, I said, why knock it off? I said, I'll give you one. So there were a lot of jokes. Johnny Carson must have done that battery commercial, gosh, I don't know how many times, but I personally saw it maybe 15 times, just by accident, just, you know, surfing the dial. And I took it as a compliment that Johnny was doing it. I thought to myself, well done, well done. So that's the story of Ever-Ready.
I dare you to knock this off. I dare you to compare anybody's batteries, with alkaline power cells, and try to beat them for long life. You know what? You can't. When you want long-lasting energy, you can't buy a longer-lasting all-purpose power system than gold, red, and black alkaline power cells from Ever-Ready. The power cell that dares to compare. Come on. I dare you.
Markowitz. We've got a real treat for you now. In the Special Collections archive at UCLA, we found some of the original soundtrack master tapes and some alternate versions of the theme. Also Richard Markowitz's children, Katie and John. They gave us a photo of their dad as well as his personal copies of the session tapes. We've left in some of the musicians' talk between takes to give you a rare opportunity to hear the actual session and some truly amazing alternate versions of our music.
Put all of our accents back the way they were because they were given to me. They're all off.
Log 5441.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Log 5442.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Log 5443.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How was that?
Boy, it sounded fine in here.
All right, let's go to the next cue.
5445. Log 5446.
Clip is from a daytime talk show called Every Day, which was hosted by Stephanie Edwards and John Bennett Perry. By the way, John is the father of Matt Perry, one of the stars of Friends.
This is the man who has one of the highest TV cues in television.
Who
television
told you that?
quotient. I read it on lots of papers.
Oh, all right.
That means that people recognize, know, and generally love him as a man's man, as the macho image of life. Isn't that right?
Stay with us, stay with us, stay with us.
Now, what we would
Can we
like...
change two things?
Sure.
Stephanie, if you don't mind. One, I'd
Yes.
like to be known as one of the better actors in television, not
This
recognizable.
Oh.
And I did a show that I would very much like you to see, and the public that I've been performing for 21 years. It's called Centennial.
Yeah.
And I hope that they might see that and say that I've learned a little bit about acting.
And you're also doing the Wild Wild West again, are you not?
Yes.
A 2-hour special with Ross?
A 2-hour spot. I couldn't do it without Ross.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he's one of the wilds.
Indeed.
The Wild Wild West.
Well, let's not be sneaky. Let's bring Ross out.
He's around the
all
corner.
right.
Ross Martin, ladies and gentlemen.
Ross Martin.
Move over
we
closer,
have-
Ross. She's cute. A little tall, but she's cute.
Ross Martin is the actor I remember from Experiment in Terror, which you were nominated for an Oscar in that role, were you not?
Yeah, I was nominated for the Best Supporting Performer, not for an Oscar, but for a Globe Award.
Oh, that's right.
And I was in Spain at the time doing a picture with Lawrence Harvey. But that was a scary picture.
Ooh, it was.
Are you looking forward to the remake of Wild Wild West?
Very
I know
much
we
so.
are. I love that series.
Thank you, very much so.
There was
First
something-
of all, there's something that we've rapped about it for years.
Yeah.
You know, there's a magic that happens every now and then between two performers. And McLachlan and Lowe had it years ago when they were a team. I hate to, make comparisons because we're television, it's a whole different medium, and it's a very intimate medium. We're right in the laps of the audience at home. Sure. Most people watch us, through their feet. Isn't that true? You're lying down in an easy chair with your feet up and watching television. But there was something very special about that show. And at the time we were doing it, we were so deeply involved in it. I wasn't aware. Were you, Bob?
I was drunk. As you know.
We were trying to survive,
Do you think
really.
that-
He says that. He wasn't drunk. He was Fridays.
Friendly. Do you think time can in any way infringe on that relationship? Do you think it'll be difficult to get it back?
We've been friends, since the closing of that thing, and I think whatever magic we had, we hope to catch echoes of it, particularly since we're not trying to catch exactly the same circumstance. It's these two guys 10 years later.
Yes, you're playing yourself older.
Yeah,
Right?
they move slower, and you hit a guy and he doesn't go down. And you make a pass at a girl and she giggles in your nose, So there's some cute things that happen in it.
Then the macho factor we were talking about before, whether you...
He gets it again, he gets it back. They're not going to let him sit without a
Will
girl
the
for too
trousers
long,
be just
I'll
as
tell you.
slim for Bob, do you think, this time around?
I'm on my diet right now.
He's going to drop
you?
the weight.
Yeah, I want the little tight pants again.
Yes, well, you had to gain 20 pounds for Centennial,
I
right?
gained 20 pounds for Centennial, but there's a flamenco dancer in Spain, and he wants me to wear those tight pants.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants. I need audience for this show.
We understand that... We understand that they asked Bob years ago when they began to shoot Wild Wild West to do some of his own stunts, but he was a little afraid of them, and so he asked that his friend Red West be brought in to do the stunts. Isn't that the way the story goes?
If you say so, you're the hostess, my darling.
We'd like to meet Red West. Is he hanging around the corner
I
somewhere?
don't know. I'm not his mother. I don't know
I'm
where Red
sure
is.
he is. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome Red West?
I think he's here.
Hi, good to see you. Hi, John. It's great to be here with my acting teacher and my drinking teacher.
I gotta find you guys later.
You notice he's not telling you which is which, for Pete's sake. We used to bend it pretty good come Friday.
I think you can tell Red is not the kind of guy you mess around with. We were in the green room, and I said to Bob, "Is this the guy that I'm supposed to punch out?" And he said, "No, he's the guy who takes care of my light work." Did you do stunts for Bob in this?
Well, let me see. This was one stunt at the piano.
The piano.
This,
Piano, Red. You got a new show now, Red. Piano.
this arm.
We don't say piano in Chicago. Piano.
Piano.
Red has a new television series. That's why I want to correct him. Piano.
Yeah, I got to lose the southern accent.
Do you?
He says so.
I think you got great charm.
It's very good. And you're a songwriter when you're not banging yourself up.
I used to be, yes. I've written, I guess 50 or so.
Now, you're going to go back then and work on the Wild Wild West with these fellas?
He'd better.
I'll probably be there somewhere.
You know, it may be tougher for them, but it's got to be deadly for you these years. Doesn't it really?
It's taking its toll.
Are they going to hire some more younger stuntmen to...
You're all Red! You heard her. Some more younger. Next thing she's going to say is I'm short.
Never.
How did you meet Bob and Ross and get involved with these characters, having been involved with Elvis Presley at the same time, weren't you?
Well, yes. I met Bob through Elvis playing touch football.
You call it touch.
Really?
I had another word for it. I call it kill, you maniac.
Elvis was playing touch football with Bob?
Elvis was playing, and in order to get to Elvis, you had to get by Red, honey. And I'm from Chicago, see, and we don't go for that celebrity status stuff. I figured he's just a man, got 2 legs, 2 arms, I'm going to grab him. Red said, but he's my man, baby. You ain't going to grab nothing. And it wasn't fun. I still remember it. It was years ago.
You've stayed good friends all the way through this stuff.
Not that day.
But you continue to drink together to forget all the pain.
No, I made a long-distance call that day. I said, listen, Menudo, it's one of these hillbillies tried to kill me today. I said, where? He said, on the football field.
But why did the friendship develop? It could have just as easily been a rivalry or dislike of each other.
I think it was guilt. Bob had to throw Red in one of the scenes. It was this big fight
what
sequence.
A great scene. Ross was in that too.
Tremendous fight sequence. And Red was playing the heavy in this thing, doubling somebody and doing the stunt. And Bob grabbed him and threw him down a bar length, wasn't it?
Yeah,
into
bar
a
length.
piano. And there was something there that wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah. And Red hit it and went right into the piano and opened his head. I mean, we thought sure that in technical it would be unusable. It would look like the whole head's bloodied out. You couldn't see anything. You couldn't see anything. But how many stitches did that take?
Oh, about 60, I don't know, inside and out. But the first face I remember seeing is him. My God. Blood.
Can I do Ross for you?
I thought it was a well.
Ross is...
I was pale.
Is, in my opinion... in the same category in league with Richard Chamberlain, one of the great actors. And the reason that we love that show is because we gave it all both knees, it's called. And I love him as an actor. As a person, well. Anyway,
best you can.
We're doing the sequence, right? And Ross was always so disciplined. I was always looking for the phone, to say, hey, I want to buy a stock. Well, I know from a stock, but it was impressive. People got impressed. Now, Red goes, hits the thing, and Ross goes... Oh my God!
I thought he'd killed him.
Tough time.
I was doing my macho man.
Sure.
What is it? I went, oh my goodness. Can he sue?
These guys are going to stick around and talk about what it means to be macho just a little bit later. Now that we got him, we don't want to let him get away. So we'll be back with him in a bit.
La balade de Jim West se poursuit en 1966 pour une deuxième salve d'aventures. Fini les hésitations de la première année quant au style de la série, fini les luttes internes pour prendre la direction de la production et surtout fini le noir et blanc. À partir de cette saison, en effet, les Mystères de l'Ouest passaient à la couleur. Ce ne fut pas le grand chambardement dans la production, car les décors étaient déjà particulièrement attractifs, avec leurs couleurs chaudes et leur style victorien. La seule chose qui bougea vraiment fut le générique. Il fallut le refaire, en couleur cette fois. De même, les petites animations qui clôturaient un chapitre juste avant la pause publicitaire furent modifiées avec les images en sépia. Bref, du détail. Côté costume, le nouveau responsable des costumes, Jack Moose, modifia les tenues de Robert Conrad en lui faisant porter des pantalons plus serrés. Il créa une redingote pour Ross Martin. Évidemment, il dut aussi faire des chemises aux manches plus courtes pour que l'on puisse y ajouter le fameux gadget du lance-pistolet. Un autre changement pour cette deuxième saison survint dans la manière de filmer l'intérieur du train qui sert d'habitation à Jim et à Artemus. Auparavant, le train était fixé sur un système complexe qui lui permettait de simuler les mouvements d'un train. Dans cette nouvelle saison, la voiture était dorénavant fixe et c'est très simplement en faisant légèrement bouger les rideaux qu'on simulait les mouvements. La première saison avait été un succès d'audience, il fallait donc être à la hauteur. Mike Garrison, qui avait dorénavant le contrôle total de la série, voulait y inclure plus de vedettes invitées prestigieuses, ce qui coûte évidemment plus cher qu'un acteur traditionnel. Ainsi, des gens comme Sammy Davis Jr., Boris Karloff, l'interprète de la créature de Frankenstein dans les films mythiques, et d'autres, tournèrent dans un épisode. Garrison avait prédit que la science-fiction allait être à la mode après l'espionnage, et il crée pour cette saison les épisodes les plus fous possibles.
Alors, et toi? Eh bien alors tu n'auras rien.
Ce fut sans nul doute la saison où les idées les plus délirantes furent lancées. Il y eut des clones de Jim West, des poudres qui font rétrécir, une soucoupe volante et ses vénusiennes, un dragon marin, un robot et même un voyage dans le temps. Il y a eu surtout une histoire qui sombre dans le fantastique absolu, la nuit de la maison hantée.
Ce qui a fait ça, il n'y a pas de vent ici.
Enfin, c'est pour cette saison que fut tourné l'épisode le plus délirant de toute la série, La nuit des tireurs d'élite, où le docteur Loveless invente une machine qui permet de pénétrer dans des tableaux.
Voilà, un souper chinois.
Il y a une référence à cet épisode dans le film avec Will Smith.
Entrez, 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 mesdames et messieurs.
Il fallait aussi que le méchant soit le plus exubérant possible. Avec l'acteur Victor Buono, on crée le personnage du comte Carlos Mario Vincenzo Robespierre Manzeppi, un magicien diabolique. Évidemment, ce fut aussi le retour du docteur Loveless, qui apparaît dans 4 épisodes. Mais en août 1966, soit donc quelques semaines avant que la diffusion des épisodes ne commence, un fait funeste marque la série. Le créateur et producteur exécutif des Mystères de l'Ouest, Michael Garrison, se tue en glissant sur ses escaliers de marbre. Ce décès fut un véritable choc pour toute l'équipe. Bruce Lansbury, un producteur qui travaillait sur la série depuis 7 saisons et qui avait été appelé par Garrison, prit donc la relève. Et sa tâche fut de conserver l'esprit de la série tel que son créateur l'avait souhaité. Mais il fut ensuite difficile de résister à la pression de la chaîne, qui demandait de moins en moins de fantastique, toujours coûteux à produire, et de plus en plus de western. Les westerns marchaient bien, on avait l'habitude de les tourner, c'était plus facile de les écrire. Petit à petit, c'est dans cette direction que la série allait. Avant cela, cette deuxième saison eut droit à une récompense, un Emmy Award, qui revint à l'actrice Agnes Moorehead pour sa prestation dans La nuit de la mariée.